I am leaving my job forever. And that's not clickbait. That isn't a dream or a one-day thing that's going to happen. I've actually got a date. February the 28th, 2026, I will be leaving work. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 7-month financial plan that's going to make that a reality. But before we get into that, the first question is, why am I leaving my job? I have a well-paid government job with a good pension, flexible working hours, and lots of benefits, working with some amazing colleagues. But I've reached the stage where I've achieved everything I want to do professionally from a career perspective. And now I want to do the stuff that really excites me and gets me passionate. And my passion for reselling has really outgrown my profession. I think probably some of you watching can relate to that feeling where the best part of your day is not necessarily doing work for someone else, but the work you actually do for yourself, creating, building something, getting that stuff listed, sold, etc., and making money for yourself. So yeah, for me, reselling is my main passion now. That thrill of the hunt, that freedom of being my own boss, and sort of that direct link between my effort and the results that I get. So I want that to be sort of my whole working life, not just something that I do in evenings at weekends. I want to take what's become a very successful and lucrative side hustle and turn that into my main source of income. So I've got a 7-month plan to get me to that February date when I will be finishing work. Passion alone isn't enough to pay the bills. You need some real essential financial pillars. So first pillar for me is having financial runway, cash in the bank that allows me to pursue my dreams. The reason I've got a date there of February the 28th is because that is the date that I will be receiving voluntary exit payment from work. That payment will give me enough money to pay off some mortgage, have an emergency fund of savings for myself personally, and also give me the money I need to fund the next stage of growth for the business. It's effectively starting capital for the business, but it's also looking after me, making sure that if anything happens, I've got money there in the bank. I'm calling it my freedom fund, if you will. And it removes that immediate day-to-day pressure on me having to try and hustle and earn money. It gives me that bit of time to really make the right, smart, strategic decisions for my business. I also, at the moment, have a massive backlog of stock. So pillar number 2 of my 3 pillars is getting the business ready and fit for the next year. And that means I've got to get through my mountain of unlisted stock, get it listed, get it sold, get it moved on. There's no point in me paying to store that stuff off-site and paying money in storage when if I start working through it and get some of it sold, I can consolidate my backlog at home and cut my bills for the business massively so that I can start paying myself instead of paying somebody else. Doing that and sort of aggressively increasing the amount of list as well will also increase the business cash flow, which means that the business will have more cash to invest in stuff. And I'm not really going to be sourcing over the next few months either, because I just want to get through that backlog, have all that stuff gone. And then in the new year, once I've become a full-time reseller, I can really get back to sourcing using the knowledge that I've built up over the past few years of what really sells on eBay, on Amazon, on Vinted, on Depop, and where the money really is. And that sort of ties into the third pillar of the business and the plan for the next 7 months, which is having the infrastructure in place to support the business. Now, at the minute, I work from, I store my stock in a warehouse, which is nearly a 40-minute round trip from where I am at the minute. I have a lot of backlog, as I say, which I'm intending to get rid of over the next few months. And I am investing instead in developing storage at my home. I have recently had a large log cabin built at the back of my garden. I have 3 other outbuildings here which are getting refurbished, and they are going to be the home of the business. I will be listed in my house. I'm going to turn the top floor of my house, which is an attic conversion, into my office and studio for doing listing, making content. And then I've got a room downstairs that I use for packing, mostly so I don't have to carry the packing downstairs. And I'm going to have, a properly efficient, smoothly running business with all the processes to support it. Once all the stock's here, which will take a few weeks to organise, giving the keys back to the warehouse, etc. It's not going to be a quick process, but once that's done, I can really work on honing for the next few months those listing and shipping processes that take the most time to do in the day at the minute, because obviously I'm not sourcing, and make sure that that's all sorted. I'm also moving on, going to be focusing on this YouTube channel and that journey to becoming full time as well. What I'm going to be doing. I still do have quite a few videos about the warehouse, so I'll be releasing those, how I'm getting things organised there, and have been getting things organised. And then we'll move into how I'm getting the business set up to face 2026 in the strongest possible position. A lot of the listing of stuff, Backlog Blitz, as it was that I'm calling, that'll be done off camera because that's pretty boring just watching a guy list stuff. But certainly if I've got useful stuff to share, then I will certainly do that. And I'm really excited to be sharing this journey with you over the next few months of my life as I work towards becoming free, effectively, and living that true life of financial freedom that is ultimately my goal. So if you want to see the journey, you want to see the log cabin take shape, you want to see everything I'm doing before then do make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I do have a question for you as well. If you're watching this and you've got a passion in life, what is your passion and what would it take to make you your full time with it? I'd love to see your answer. And just before I wrap up, I wanted to do a quick couple of plugs for some events in my local area. The first is the Seller Meetup for North Wales. This is an eBay supported event run by business sellers for business sellers on eBay. I will drop a link in the description to this video because we do have a couple of tickets left. If you want to head over to Prestatyn in North Wales on the 31st of July from 12 till 3, then that will be taking place. And there's a free lunch provided as well, free coffee and tea and water if you don't want a hot drink. And it's also at a bar, so we will be having a couple of drinks in the bar afterwards. It gives a great opportunity to network with other sellers in the area. Next thing is, on Saturday the 2nd of August, whatever the date is, I'm going to be having a few drinks for that on my 41st birthday. More than welcome to come along. If you do want to come along, just drop a comment below and we can sort out arrangements there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. It's very much appreciated, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.